So the reciprocal, right? So it's actually easier to start on question 2 here. So it says, what is the value of the reciprocal of 0.5? Now, 0.5, if we write that as a fraction, okay, we can think of that as 1/2, yeah? Because that's what 0.5 is, it's half. To get the reciprocal, all you've got to do is flip the fraction, right? So 2 goes on the top, 1 goes on the bottom. All right, that's all you've got to do to get the reciprocal. Just flip the fraction. And of course, 2 divided by 1 is just 2, isn't it? Okay, so the reciprocal of 0.5 is 2, right? And one way to check, if you wanted to see if you've done it right, is multiply the 0.5 and its reciprocal, and it should come out to be 1. So we've got 0.5. If I times it by its reciprocal, which is 2, of course it comes out to be 1. That will happen all the time. So we go back to number 1 here then. What's the reciprocal of 8? Well, if we think of 8 as 8 divided by 1, okay, just like 2, okay, is 2 divided by 1. So 8 is 8 divided by 1. Well, if we flip that, we get 1 over 8, yeah? And that's our answer. We can leave it as a fraction, right? And 1/8 suitable fraction there. And again, okay, you can think of that idea. Have I done it right? Well, we flipped it, so it's got to be right, doesn't it? But if you wanted to just sort of check, you could think, well, if I times 8 by its reciprocal, okay, I get, excuse me, I get 8 times 1/8, so that'll be 8 over 8, okay? 8 times 1/8 is 8/8, which of course is 1, so it works, okay? Right, question 3, write down the reciprocal of a quarter, okay? So a quarter is 1 over 4. So its reciprocal will become 4 over 1, yeah? 4 divided by 1, you just flip it and flip that. So 4 goes on the top, 1 goes on the bottom. And we know 4 divided by 1 is just 4. Okay? And again, if you times a quarter by its reciprocal, it'll end up being 1. Okay? Because you get 4 over 4. Yeah, when you times them, times the tops. So 1 times 4 is 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. So it works. Question 4, find the value of the reciprocal of 0.7. Well, 0.7, okay, we can think of that as 7/10. We've got to write it as a fraction, and just appreciate that that's the tenths column, isn't it, after the decimal point. So we've got 7/10. So the reciprocal literally will be the flip of that, okay? So you get 10 over 7, and you know, we can leave it like that, okay? We've shown there what the reciprocal is just by flipping that fraction. Okay, let's just look at maybe this question here. Write down the reciprocal of 0.01. Well, that there, if you think about it, is the 100th column, yeah? Because we've got the 10th column there, it's the 100th, so that's 1/100th. And if you flip that, of course, you get 100 divided by 1, okay, which of course is just 100. Another way of doing this, if you can't remember that is 1/100th, okay, if you can't see that, we can think about what this is as a percentage. Of course, 0.01, if you think about it, is 1%, isn't it? Yeah. So we can see that as 1%, and we know that of course 1% is 1 out of 100. So that's another way of getting that fraction. Okay, if we don't know what it is as a fraction, 1%, which is 1/100th, of course, then you flip it and you get 100, as we saw here. There's ones then where you have to use your calculator. So I'll calculate the reciprocal of 47. Well, remember now, 47 can be written as 47 over 1. So we can flip that, 1 divided by 47. To get your calculator, and you can use your fraction button, 1 over 47 if you want, or you could just do 1 divided by 47, press equals, you get the fraction, press the SD button, and then we got then our decimals, and it says the 4 decimal places, so that will be, the cut-off point will be there, and of course because there's a 7, that will round up to 3. Okay, you know, if there's a negative in front of it, don't worry, okay? And also, because it's a calculator question here, okay, you don't really have to write this as a fraction, okay? So as a fraction, if you think about it, that's in the 100th column, so that'll be 7/100ths, and a minus in front, but hey, because it is a calculator, just think of just think of it like that, 0.07 divided by 1 if you want, and then we'll flip it, okay? not forgetting, of course, the minus in front. So the answer is going to be a negative. So if I do that on the calculator, okay, I know there's going to be a minus. I don't even need to write minus in, but I'll put 1 over 0.07, and I get out my answer there. So you can write it as a fraction if you want, but then it does say to 1 decimal place, doesn't it? So, and it's minus, of course. So we get minus 14.3 when we round that there.